Yes, sir. What it do, gang? We live, we back. Y'all already know it's me, your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose Man, here today bringing you another edition of this starting five for DraftKings and FanDuel. But before we do, it's the lineup review going over yesterday's slate, seeing how it worked out for us. All right, so y'all hit that subscribe button if you're new. Definitely hit that like button, man. Let's get into it. All right. Last night was a solid night on DK, man. Very good night. Tripled up on the old buy-in there. FanDuel not so much, only just because we still running one lineup on FanDuel. Like I said, I told you I keep it light the first week or so of the season, but we're gonna start to ramp up. So FanDuel just been lagging behind because I'm just doing one lineup, ain't taking full advantage of the player pool. Whereas on DK, I'm running, my 3 max and 20 max contest. So, but nice night on DK, my best lineup right here. This was actually in the quarter 20 max, man. Came in 56th place, man. Put up 322.25 right here to be technical. All right. Yesterday was a mad scramble, man. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw me. I was trying to tweet, trying to update the news as the plays came out. But it was just one of those slates. You was getting lineups after everything locked. SGA got added to the starting lineup, so it was a lot of moving parts, man. So you just had to be able to scramble and put it together last night. So that's what we did, man. You was in a great spot if you faded that first game. Outside of Will Barton, that's like the only piece you needed from that first game. But that's what we did. I didn't have any Will Barton because I kind of faded that first game outside of Kyle Kuzma because I knew that lineup was going to come late. So our best lineup we put together, Luka Doncic, 55% on. It was a small slate yesterday, man. I felt it was going to, with all that value, it was going to be lock in Luka and just try to get different with your value plays yesterday. I felt like that was the route to go, as majority of people was going to do that. Got the Spencer Dinwiddie right here at 15% on with no Tim Hardaway Jr. over there. Like I said, just trying to get a little different, man. I knew I was going to have some very chalky pieces because some of that chalk was in good spots. So just trying to get different right here. I felt like nobody would go to Dinwiddie, especially, got to be honest, him and Luka probably do got a little negative correlation, but at that price and on the small game slate, I felt comfortable going to Dinwiddie at 5,400. He gave us 35 DK points. Went right here to Trey Murphy, the third, man, 40% on. He gave you 33 fantasy points, man. I told you yesterday he was a good play. When that we thought it would be him and Nance in the starting lineup. That's why I had Nance in the video to kind of pivot from some of that Murphy ownership. But once they said Murphy and Marshall was starting, and Marshall's at 3,200, it was just a lock for him. And give me Najee Marshall at 3,200. Got him at 13% on, a little low. He gave us 19 DK points, an okay outing right there at 3,200. Would like a little more for him. Would like at least 25 from him in this spot. Would definitely help with the takedown. At the center, Ivica Zubac, man. Center was, there's a lot of different ways you can go at center. Nothing at center yesterday. Nothing was like a stone cold lock. Everybody was going Aiden, so I went Zubac here to try to get a little different. Got him at 22% on though. He dropped 45 for 45 DK points, a nice double over here. And then Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, man. This was my pivot. This was originally CJ McCollum. But once we got that SGA news, man, I knew I wanted to get up the SGA, as I knew he'd come in lower on one because McCollum was in a great spot and everybody was over there. And two, he was a late addition, so people was gonna be skeptical of when play him. So we got him at 15% on here, and we know SGA without Giddey is a monster over here. He's a monster with Giddey. So without him, it just everything broke in our favor. He gave you 63 DK points, definitely pushes up this leaderboard. Nick Batum was a letdown, man. I should have stayed Robert Covington, man. If you saw the video, your starting five yesterday, you know I was on Robert Covington, but I got nervous once they started Batum over him, so. But Batum, Robert Covington ended up getting the majority of the minutes, so I should have just stayed at Robert Covington. But 31% on, he gave us 17. Didn't hurt us that bad at 3,200. And then at 7K, man, Chris Paul was my stone cold lock player today. I told you I wanted a piece of this game. I just didn't think it was going to blow out. You saw we got that offensive explosion. I told y'all yesterday I wanted a piece of this game. I was going to get to it. I had some Steph in some lineups. I had a little Aiden, of course. I had some Booker yesterday. I wanted to get to this game. I thought it would have been a lot closer to this. I didn't see Golden State getting blown out. If it had been closer, man, we definitely probably could have took something down. But 41 points from Chris Paul at 25% ownership. So 322, like I said, came in 56th place over here. Was sweating the takedown for a little minute, but didn't quite get there. But it's coming. Let's go look at FanDuel 280. The same plays over here pretty much. So if I played McCullum because he was so much cheaper than SGA over here, so I stayed with him. Got stuck holding that Norman Powell chalk yesterday, man. The big bust. I got away from him on DK luckily, just because I said if any of them fail, is most likely the guy who more scoring dependent. I like Mann and Covington and those guys better because they just did more. They had more ways for you to win. Power he's just a scorer, man. So if his shot is off, he's not gonna do much else for you. But at 3,900 on FanDuel, I couldn't get away from him. Got away from him on DraftKings, just couldn't do it on FanDuel. 3,900 just far too cheap for a guy that's gonna take the shots he's gonna take in that offense with no Kawhi and PG over there. Najee Marshall over here as well, 17 fantasy points at 4%. Stay with Terrence Mann, 21. Porzingis right here hurt me. This blowout of Detroit right here hurt. Porzingis got off to a hot start, man. I thought he was about to put up a monster performance. Faded, though, at 54% on. Got 28 DK points from him. Then at the bottom, Draymond Green, 12%. Just trying to get different. Like I said, I knew Powell, McCollum, Luka. I knew that was chalky. I didn't think Porzingis would be this chalky, but Draymond just trying to get different. He had a nice outing for us, man. Almost double-doubled here, 35 fantasy points. And then Christian Wood, just a pure salary play. I had the salary left and didn't want to go to Aiden because I just felt like Doncic, McCollum, and CP3 Powell was going to be so chalky. I just played up the Wood even though he was getting limited minutes. 30 fantasy points right here. Nothing much on FanDuel. But let's get to today's slate, man. Got a nice 10-gamer. Let's get into it. At the top, at point guard, man, give me Tyrese Halliburton, 8,300. Listen, it's one of the highest total games on the slate. Tyrese Halliburton is going to do everything for this Indiana Pacers team. I think if Miles Turner come back now, I like him as well. I think that does nothing but help Halliburton, get Miles Turner some pick and roll situation with him, turn on the roll or the pick and pop. He like to shoot the three a little bit, but having Turner back only helps this Pacers team. Maybe they can keep this game a little closer with it being one of the highest totals on the slate. Give me Tyrese Halliburton. Probably ain't going to get much ownership because this is where all the values at. All the values at point guard, so people are going to be paying down. This is one way we get different right here with Halliburton, a guy who has 50-plus point upside at 8,300 that nobody's going to for real. Coming at shooting guard, just give me Kendrick Nunn. 3,500. I mean, I don't care. The Lakers should be without Russell Westbrook. Whether he starts or he doesn't start, I actually hope he don't start. I hope the Lakers get kind of wonky and go like Beverly and Reeves in the backcourt, and Nunn doesn't start, so he doesn't draw a lot of ownership. But if he starts, he's going to draw a lot of ownership. I don't care what it is. I just get different somewhere else. Listen, his usage is not going to increase because he's going to be on the first team with LeBron and AD. But what I'm expecting from him is a few open looks, some corner threes, things of that nature, a few more open jump shot opportunities. Hoping he take 10 to 12 field goals. If he can be efficient on those shots, he should fall into a rebound or two, maybe an assist or two. He doesn't have to do much to return value to 3,500. My favorite value play on the slate today, man. Give me Kendrick Nunn. Coming at small forward, this is how you get different from some of that marketing chalk, all that people paying down here, going to Josh Richardson. And that's cool. You can go that route if you want to. I may have him in a spot or two, but if you think you know what Pop gonna do, you got another thing coming. I done been burnt too many times playing around with Popovich over there. Everybody's going to Josh Richardson. I'm not paying down there, man. I'm going to get up to a guy in Kelly Oubre for the Charlotte Hornets. Another solid total on this game. No real bad totals on this slate outside of one or two games. So this is another solid total. They're in the Garden, and there's no Terry Rozier. Kelly Oubre is going to green light himself to a good fantasy night. He is going to let that thing fly. I promise you he is. He going to minimum 20 field goal attempts for Kelly Oubre. I'm telling you right now. And if he gets hot, you already know. We done seen Kelly Oubre break a slate before. I like getting different right here with Kelly Oubre going against New York Knicks at 6,200. I like the price tag with no Rozier. All right? Coming in at power forward, man. I'm down with the king tonight, man. It's Giannis. Some people, it's a lot of values. People gonna go Giannis and LeBron. I'm not really a stars and scrubs type builder. I like getting me one star, so I'm more of a balanced build type guy. That's what I like to do. And if I'm fading Giannis on this slate or on my single entry lineup, however I'm attacking it, you want somebody who can get up there with Giannis if he has one of those games. And right now on this slate, that's LeBron and Jokic, man. If you're gonna fade Giannis, I suggest you get LeBron or Jokic in your lineup or some AD. I don't mind a little AD now. One thing I like this game, man. I want to get to this game. Like I told you last night with the Warriors and the Suns, this is a game I want to get to. One of the higher totals on the game, I think it's like 230 right now. The Nuggets are favored by 5. The Lakers haven't won a game this year. They want to win. They need to win. They're going to come out blazing, man. I like the Lakers plus the points in this game, and I like the over. Because I don't see the Lakers just locking down on defense and stopping the Nuggets. So I like the over and the Lakers plus the points in this matchup. I want to get to this game. If I'm fading Giannis, give me LeBron James at 9,900. Has triple-double upside. He might actually get a triple-double in this game against the Nuggets because it's probably going to take one for them to win, and they need and want one. So give me LeBron James. If you want to go AD, like I said, I'm okay with that too. But I think them your 3 options if you fading Giannis tonight. LeBron, AD, and Jokic. I wouldn't too much touch anybody else, all right? Then coming in at the center spot, man, give me Jabari Smith Jr., 6,500. Listen, just going back to this Houston-Utah game, it's going to be a lot of plays, and everybody's going to go back to Nick Vanderbilt, all those guys. I'm going to take the big, man. Give me Jabari Smith. Should be a fast-paced game. He's going to get his shots up. Should be a lot of missed shots. He should get a lot of rebound opportunities, have some block upside. I like getting to him at 6,500. He probably comes in the lower own out of this game. Everybody's gonna go to Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Nick Vanderbilt. It's like 5 plays probably gonna be ahead of him. I don't mind getting Jabari Smith at 6,500. All right, there you have it. My starting 5 for DraftKings: Tyrese Halliburton, Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Oubre, LeBron James, and Mr. Smith Jr. All right, let's get to FanDuel, see what I'm liking over there. And if you haven't hit the like button, what are you waiting on? You know what I mean? All right, it's going to look pretty similar. At the top, though, give me Trae Young, 8,700. Just trying to take advantage of this misprice. I think this is too cheap over here. I know his ceiling is not what it used to be. We're having DeJounte Murray over there, but he still can give you a solid game at 8,700. Probably going to be a little chalky going against Detroit, but I don't care. We should get different somewhere else. Coming at shooting guard, 3,900. Staying with Kendrick Nunn. It's just my play today. And look, if Kendrick Nunn ball, know I had a good night. If he fails, I might not have did so good. But I'm all in on Kendrick Nunn on both sides as it sits right now. Because guess what? If that starting lineup comes out and Reeves starting, just switch to Reeves. You can switch from Nunn to Reeves. I may do it in a lineup or two just to, get leverage on myself. But I'm locking in on Kendrick Nunn, all right? Coming in at small forward, staying with Kelly Oubre, 6,200, same price over here on the site for all the reasons I just broke down. Give me the guy that's going to let it fly in the garden. That's Kelly Oubre, man. I hope he has that monster game in tonight and breaks the slate for me. We can really take something down with a play like Kelly Oubre tonight, all right? Power forward, give me AD. 10K over here, taking a little slight savings from LeBron and those other pay-up options over here on this slate, man. Give me Anthony Davis at 10K. I told you I want to get to this game. All right, I think this is going to be a very good game. I'm going to stay up and try to watch this one, all right? Give me Anthony Davis, a guy that can do it all. He's going to have to do it all for them to win in this spot. It should be the LeBron and AD show. I don't even mind putting them on the same lineup if you want to. All right, and then coming in at center, give me Nikola Jokic, man. 11K over here. I'm just going to pay up to him. I'm not in love with any other center options for real. Maybe Vooch. The Siakam is too high. I don't really want to mess with Joel Embiid in that matchup. Give me Joker, the Joker. He should have triple-double upside in every matchup, man, and that's going to do it for us here today. I like that game. Get you some piece of that Lakers-Nuggets game, all right? Starting 5 on FanDuel. Trae Young, Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Oubre, Anthony Davis, and Nikola Jokic. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pool. You know they're going to be in mine, all right? That's going to do it for us here today. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Let's get it.